In season 2, episode 2, Masta and Mashie come back from vacation to an onslaught of new GS Pro courses. Which ones get the MPOWs? You'll have to wait and see. Congratulations, you have triplets. Hello, strangers. No, we did not go out of business. We are back. We took a week off. We took a week off. Well, an unexpected week. We didn't plan to do that.
I think we took 2 weeks off. I think the 4th of July week.
No, we had a show that week.
We did. You're right. We did.
Yeah, we didn't think we were going to have a 4th of July show, but we ended up.
Right.
And then what happened was last week, you had a tournament that weekend, which was keeping you extremely busy. And then I was heading out on vacation, and we just said, we can't. There's no way. And then I said, even if we get to record Sunday, I said I can't edit because I'm going to be at the beach all day. We took a boat out for a couple days.
Nice.
So yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, I had my tournament that it was Friday through Sunday, and then we left on Monday for a little summer family vacation as well. So we just got back into town yesterday. So both of us were gone all week this week, and but here we are. We're still.
Yep, I just got back today.
Didn't miss it. Yeah.
And now I pulled some strings because I just got back from vacation today, and I said, Mashie, I said, we got to record today because for me to get this out, at least I'll edit it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have it out Sunday morning, but then I'm traveling for work Monday, and I said, if we don't get this done tonight, I don't think we might be skipping another week.
Maybe this will be a really short show and you can edit it tonight.
No,
Steve can edit it
it's
tonight.
It's definitely not. I know, because we have double the amount of courses to go back over to catch up. We already know the slides are long for pre-show. It's going to be a long one.
It's a long one, yeah.
But lots of courses to talk about, so.
Pac-Man, it's probably a 2, maybe 3 coffee cupper for you. So you know,
if I get it out tomorrow morning, so we can drink coffee with it, we'll see.
Exactly. We'll see.
Yep.
So we're back. So sorry guys, but we're back.
Yeah. And since we're back, let's talk about what's behind the bar.
Yeah. You go. I'll go first because mine's quick. Okay.
Mine's quick too.
Just got back in town yesterday. Yeah, just got back in town yesterday. Didn't have a chance to go out and really peruse the local liquor stores for something new. So I am still working on my laws. The 3-year that was stored in a Calvados barrel that we had 2 weeks ago. So I'm drinking the same thing I was 2 weeks ago. There you go.
Yeah, and I just pulled one out of the tap, which is one of my go-tos, which is the New Trail Hazy IPA. I'm not hitting the hard stuff because we had a long week at the beach. We would go to the beach and then we were taking Coronas and beers. You got to sit on the beach and have a Corona with a lime. Out in the boat, you're having a Corona with a lime. We came back. I'm making frozen drinks all afternoon while we sit by the pool. So, I'm just gonna take it easy.
You know what's weird for me is that I heard that while you say out of the tap it's a hazy IPA, I heard it's actually a muddy PBR. Is really what you're drinking over there. So no knock on PBR. I mean, listen,
PBR is not bad, honestly.
It's not bad.
You could slum a lot worse than a PBR.
You could slum a lot worse than a PBR. I agree.
Now we are moving up the ladder though. So our bourbon fun tracker, we are up to, drum roll please.
Drum roll please. Steve, throw the drum roll in.
67.05.
We're I
mean, that's basically 68.
We're almost 3/4 of the way to get paid.
Yeah, we're almost 3/4 of the way to get paid, and then
we were hoping to retire. We wanted to retire early with this gig, and apparently it's not working because
Yeah.
That's not even keeping up with the price of gas right now, let alone,
Yeah.
let alone bourbon.
Yeah, I bet even it's probably bourbon prices are probably rising faster than we're making plenty at this
Exactly.
point. So golf story. I know that you have one with your guest member outing.
Yep.
And I have a little bit of one, which is, I'm a tech guy, I'm an engineer. I love golf gadgets and things. And when I first started golfing, I started out with Arcos, the sensors. And they were fine like for the first year. And then I got really tired of them because the batteries kept on dying on the things.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
supposed to last 2 years. And after like less than a year, all of a sudden I've got batteries dying. So I called the company and they were like, oh, they shouldn't. So they sent me actually like 10 new sensors.
Nice.
And so I put the new sensors on, and they've been okay. They do miss shots on occasion.
So
But
are
then,
you on the subscription model with them, or
yes,
for the you pay the year?
unfortunately.
See,
Yeah.
my account with them is so old because I bought first gen
Yeah.
sensors that when I got second gen sensors, I'm not on a subscription with them, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yep.
So like yeah, so now they get you with like the cost of the sensors, they get you with the cost of the subscription, which at first I was fine with because I looked at the cost of everything. Like, they really give
Yeah.
me good analytics and everything. But then the other sensors they just sent me, I just had one of those batteries die again, and it's been
Oh,
like
wow.
less than 6 months. So then I
Wow.
was in touch. RunPud said, "Hey, I'm not using mine. You can buy some of mine." And then
Yeah.
I had a link the link thing
The link.
because and I lost my it doesn't stay on really well, so I lost that. So luckily he sent me another one. But recently, when the other sets of battery that I already got started dying, I was like, I'm done because every time I
Okay.
went out, I felt like I had one or two clubs that were dying on me, and I got so tired of getting rid of those. So I got myself a new Garmin watch, and I'm
So
switching up.
it is funny you say that. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a proposal. I'm curious, and you guys can leave it in the comments if you think this is good. I've been thinking that we need to add not maybe a weekly segment, but a segment that we cover around golf tech. You use it, I use it, our
Yeah.
friends in Discord that we play with use it, stuff like that. And I think it'd be interesting to add in a little bit of like what we like or don't like from a golf tech perspective to add into our discussions here. Um, because Soupy and I have been going back and forth on Discord for probably 2.5 months now. And we've been comparing the Garmin S70, which I also
Oh
have.
yeah, I have this S. Well, I
Yep.
don't have it on. It's here. It's charging.
Yep. I got the S70 with the sensors. Okay, I've got the Connect
I
sensors,
got
which
the
have by
sensors
the
now too. Yep.
yep, they've got replaceable batteries,
Yes.
unlike the Arcos, right?
Yep.
And comparing that against my Apple Watch Ultra with all the new golf shot stuff, which will give you a lot of the same stuff, whether it be shot tracking, distance tracking, number of putts, number of everything. It's using AI and it's using your club distances to say, hey, you must hit a 7-iron because you hit it 175 yards or whatever. So he and I have been going back and forth between is it is the Garmin the best solution, or is the Golf Shot Apple Watch the best solution, or Golf Shot Apple Watch with Arcos? And it's interesting. There hasn't been a clear winner. I actually was proposing that Soupy come on the show with us. He doesn't want to because he doesn't like doing video. But I was proposing he come on the show with us and have this discussion because he and I have had we've been like this for 3 months, this ongoing conversation about, and I think where I've landed after the member guest that I played in last weekend, which was 3 rounds, and I just got done playing 2 more rounds on vacation this past week, and I alternated back and forth. I think my Garmin watch with the Connect sensors is probably the winner
Oh, good, because
over the Apple
that's what
Watch
I'm
with the
moved
Golf
on to
Shot.
at this point. I
And I'm now
honestly
using
the Arcos
yeah,
stuff was fine, and I love the analytics you get. They're really good, but I feel like I'm getting ripped off the amount that I'm paying to like get new sensors and the
yeah.
subscription. It's just not worth it,
The
honestly.
issue, my issue with the Garmin solution is in Garmin, we love you as a sponsor, so I'm not knocking you, but if you happen to be listening, I want their app to be updated with satellite imagery, not the cartoon
uh,
colors that they have on their app. I want the golf shot look and feel with satellite imagery
on the app
on the
or on the
on the
watch, because on the watch it's tough to do that.
I'm okay on the app. The
Okay.
watch, I'm okay with what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, let me phrase it. I want it on the app. I'm okay with it being on the watch.
Yeah.
The way it is on the watch. So anyway, so
Yeah. Well,
we've been
tomorrow will
going
be my
back and
first
forth.
round with the Garmin watch, so we'll see how this goes with them tomorrow.
Do you find the nubs? You probably don't, but because you had the Arco sensors, do you find the nubs of those sensors annoying at all when
Not
you
at all.
hit, or you don't even notice them?
I don't notice them at
Yeah,
all. As a
yeah,
matter
I
of
don't notice
fact,
them
I
either.
think I used those from day one, so it's like something I never did without. And actually, when I took them off, I was so mad at Arcos when
Yeah,
another one failed. I was like, I'm done with these things. I ripped them all off, and I was playing without them, and it felt weird without them.
well, it felt short.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've never I put the Arcos on, took them off, put the Garmin on, took them off, put the Garmin back on, took them off, put the Garmin back on, took them off. They're back on now. And I don't think there's a difference on the end, but no, I think so. Soupy has the S70, you have the S70, I have it, and I think Run Put Run I know has it as well. We've all kind of gone that Garmin way, which is it's interesting to see we're all
Yeah.
kind of making that same move.
Can you share your
Um,
rounds like with each other in the Garmin app?
Yeah, there is a way to share your rounds. There's also a way, and we need to figure out how to do this because in the Garmin app, there's a way of like adding friends in the app, and then
Yeah.
it'll so when I load it up, it'll just show me
Yeah.
your rounds
Yeah, I
without you
thought
having to
so
even
because I
share it.
saw
Yeah,
something about friends and stuff in there, and
yeah. So we need to figure it out. If you're using Garmin, ping us because I'd love to add some friends in there and share
yeah,
some rounds back and
yeah,
forth. It'd be fun.
that'd be really cool.
So interesting. I won't take much more time on golf story. I just the main golf story for me, believe it or not, and I did already post this in the Discord, so I won't rehash it. But was that I got beat by my daughter for the first time,
That's so cool.
and
That's great.
it's a happy and a sad moment. I'm thrilled for her that she did it, and she played really well, and she struggled a little bit. She went to regionals for she's in plays high school golf. Went to regionals, shot a 77, came in second, I think it was, maybe third, second or third for regionals. Played really well. I mean, a good mid upper 70s is for is good. And the very next week, she got to state, which is a 2-day tournament, and showed up with a slice, and hasn't had a
No.
slice in forever.
Ah,
And it wouldn't go away. And as the day went on, as the tournament, as the 2-day tournament went on, it got worse and worse. And your heart just goes out because
yeah.
she's trying her hardest, and she can't do it. And I think on day 2, hole 6, she came up to me. We're not really allowed to talk to the kids when they're playing, but you can do encouragement, stuff like that. And she came off and she says, I've got nothing left. I've got no more tears. I've got no more anger. I've got nothing left because for a day and a half, I've been, it's not my swing. So she's been struggling with that since late May. And she goes to the same swing coach that I go to, and she's been getting her lessons almost every week, and she's been practicing. I got to give her a ton of credit for a 16-year-old. She's either playing or practicing every single day, doing something. And it's starting to really come. The slice is gone. She's actually got a little right to left going. She's hitting the ball better now. And to see her go out so we went to the Broadmoor. Broadmoor courses are in GS Pro, Broadmoor East and West. And to see her go out on the East course, which is their championship course, and shoot an 81 on a really, really hard course with really hard greens, and she beat me by 2 strokes, was, again, I shot an 83. It was happy and sad at the same time. So we celebrated that night, and that's it. That's my golf story.
I just want to say one thing. When we were playing some courses today was the first time I beat you too. So maybe you're getting worse.
Maybe I'm getting worse. I am going to take a few days off because I'm a little worn out.
I think
I
that
will
works
say,
because honestly, I took a whole week off. I did not play on vacation at all, and I struggled a little bit when I started. I was a little rusty, but then I actually started hitting it pretty well today, so I was pretty happy.
I do think a little bit of time off is always good to let the body settle. I will say, full circle moment for us is family things. At that very same course, she's 16, so 14 years ago, almost to the day, let's say to the week, I had bought her and surprised her with a little pink putter, and that was the first time that she ever putted. And so she and I went to the putting green at the Broadmoor, and we were putting around and doing stuff. And here it is, 14 years later, and she beat me on the
Oh,
same
that's cool.
course.
That's cool.
So kind of full circle moment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
All right. So, on with the show, which
On with the
leads us
show.
to everyone's favorite, which is New courses of the week, right?
There's a
Now,
lot.
well, not only is there a lot, but like I feel like almost every week we have like a theme, right? And
Yeah, I agree.
this
Yep.
theme is we had two guys that released
Triples.
triples, and not only that, but the triples also had like an executive course in them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
The
that was
triplet core. I love the
it
triplets.
was kind of bizarre. So the first one was by the great Bangini.
Yep.
You need to say it. Go ahead. You know how this works.
The Great
There we
Bangini.
go. Yep. Yep.
Hey,
So
Steve, put in like magic music.
so he had three, and so we got Lyman Orchard Player, and these are in Middleford, Connecticut. Lyman Orchard Apple 9, which is the executive, and then
Yep.
Lyman Orchard Jones.
Yep.
So three, and so actually this is like 18, 18, and 9. So wow.
And I will say it's interesting because they're a lot of times on these kind of courses. A lot of times these are 999. You just
Yes,
run them
exactly.
up.
Which
This
just
is
makes this even more strange, right?
Yeah, because this is 18, 18, 18. Just one's an exec. And by the way, they're different. The player course and the Jones course are uniquely different. It's not
Yes.
just like so it's interesting. There are three different courses.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
And then we had 4 by the Golf Boy this week. So we had
Yeah,
Green
he's
Hills Golf
pumping them
Club.
out.
Yeah, he is pumping them out. Mount Vernon, Illinois. We had Newcastle Under Lyme Golf Course in Newcastle, UK. Deercroft Golf Club in Wagram, North Carolina. And Shadow Ridge Golf Club in Kelowna, Canada. So he has gone international. He's doing the world tour.
He needs to get like a James Bond music theme or something. Like, you know, he's gonna come show up in a tuxedo. And he's too young to have it shaken, not stirred. But you know, but yeah, he's definitely an man of intrigue.
Yes, he is. Someday, I mean, he's not so long. He's going to be the golf man, right? And then we have the other set of the triples, which is Lansdowne by Run Pud Run. So we got Lansdowne. So these are 2 of these are Greg Norman courses. So we got Lansdowne Norman.
Right.
And then we have the Robert Trent Jones course. And then we have Lansdowne Shark Bite, which is the other Norman, which is, I think that's the executive course, the Shark Bite one.
Yes, I believe that is correct. I'm going to double check on that. I believe that's correct.
We'll look at the scorecard for that, but yes, I'm 99% sure that's the other executive. So again, 18, 18, and then I'm not sure if Shark Bite was 9. Now I can't remember if that was 9 or 18.
I think Shark Bite was 9. I'm validating whether it was 9 or 18. I think it's 9.
But again, bizarre that we had like this trend of these two just out of nowhere, that they came out. Yeah, and then we had Simply Me 80 with the Hunstanton UK course.
Yep.
And then Hazel Rocket. So there's someone who turned blue this week. Actually, this was last week. This is a course we missed. Hazel Rocketo with the Pulpit. And then we had the Architect release one. So Palm Beach Gardens Country Club in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And then Jay Pruitt, who, releases a course every week, gave us True Blue in South Carolina. And then Pac-Man,
who also has usually more than one course out every week.
Yes, more often than not, we see a course from Jay Pruitt and Pac-Man. And then he released London Golf Club Heritage, the autumn version of that in Ash, UK, and blessed us with the course this week. And then the last two... And so was 17 was what we counted. We have
17.
Gozzer Ranch Golf and Lake Club in Harrison, Indiana by Adam TC4. And then, yes.
Listen, do you hear something?
Do I hear something?
Somebody will get that. It's not a Gozzer.
We'll touch on that later. We touch on it later. Yep. And then we have Olympia Fields North Course by another guy who turned blue this time is Chad_Eric. So we have two blue guys this week. So congratulations to the guys that graduated.
I will say one thing that is it makes me a little sad, but I understand, is who's missing from this list this week is our good friend Tech Bud. And
maybe he was on vacation.
Well, what the Patreon guys have gotten approval now to keep the V4 courses behind the Patreon.
Yes, but there's some stipulations there.
Right, but so I don't know if we're like before they had to put everything into right off the bat. So we may see a little bit of that slow down, which is I'm sad about. I'm happy for them, and they need to get through the right way. I'm also a little sad because I love seeing all of the courses coming through
Yeah, so
regularly.
people that
So
don't know, the new rule for the Patreon guys is you have to have as many courses released in SGT as you do behind your Patreon.
yeah,
Now, for
yeah.
someone like for Tech Bud,
For Tech Bud, yeah.
he might
I mean,
never ever release another course. They may just all
Tech
behind there, right?
I think tech's 80%, something like 60% of the courses are tech,
Yeah.
So yeah, so like my sadness is I love playing and seeing his courses through the normal
Although
SGT
I feel
channel.
like we got an homage to him this week, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
We
talk
did.
about that. Yep.
Yep. So our must plays of the week. So we did do a format change. We're not going to just review all the courses anymore, especially since there's 17 of them. So
We will be watching till next week.
yes, so everything we're talking about now is a must play. So what did we find? What did we end up with? We ended up with 10, right? So 10 out of the 7.
10. We looked at and played some, if not all, of everything in here, believe it or not, even with vacations and everything in
Yes,
there.
you and I played
And
a bunch of them together.
yep.
And then
And we are treating the threes because they're 18, 18, 18, 18, 18, and yes, Shark Bite's a 9, you know what I mean? Like they're courses, right? And so we came up with 10 must plays of the 17, which is a pretty healthy number.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, that doesn't mean the others aren't good courses. That don't get us wrong. These are just of this batch that got launched, these we felt were the best plays.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, something we want to recommend people that you do not want to miss. So I will be adding these to the website.
Yep.
Now, the first one I was extreme. So Hazel Rocketo,
Yeah.
first course, dude. If you're listening, please make some of the courses. Really impressed as a first course, and not only that, but this is a really interesting one. I love the description here, which is the co-creators of the board game Trivial Pursuit built this
Trivial
golf
Pursuit.
course. So how
Yeah.
cool is that?
Yeah.
And now this is where I'm confused. It says the first hole alone had a price tag of 2.5 million. I have no idea if that's expensive or not. Like I don't know.
I mean,
I don't. I couldn't even tell you what it takes to build a golf
that
course
was
these days.
that was almost what you spent on your last car. So for you, it's pebbles
Yes.
off the Andes.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't
Yes.
know if 2.5 mil is a lot per hole or
It's
not,
actually
but
2.5 million is what I spend on golf tech.
yeah, it's actually what you spent on Arco sensors.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
I should buy
That's
stock.
after the free ones. That's after
Uh,
they gave you all the free ones. You still spent
God.
2.5 mil. I
Uh,
got to tell you, by the way, before we jump too far into this, I love his build, his design name, his Discord name, Hazel Rocket. I think it's so
that
good.
should have been
Like
my name, honestly. You saw me playing today.
I
I
did,
get a little bit of the Hazel
you did.
Rocket today,
You
early
hit a
on.
couple of those,
The
but I
thing
thought
I
the name was
recovered nicely,
great.
but yes.
You did. You played for taking a week off. You played great.
Yeah. So what this is originally known as Devil's Pulpit, and it was built as a private club. I wanted to do some research. Is it no longer private? Did these guys go under? Let's face it, Trivial Pursuit isn't what it used to be, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean,
Hey,
I'm
I'm
curious.
always up for a good game of Trivia Pursuit.
um, I started playing. What's the one now? Oh gosh, there's a new game. It's something like it's really inappropriate. I forget the name, but it'll come to me at some point.
Oh, wow! You have to send me that.
Uh,
It does
Cards
look like
Against Humanity. Have you
I've
played that?
never heard of that.
Oh God, do
No.
not play with your kids. Just saying.
Okay.
um,
I will tell you, I am doing a really quick look. It does look like it's still a private club.
okay.
There's a members login on their website and then no ability to book tea times or anything online. It doesn't mean it's a private, but
Yeah.
it looks like it.
Okay.
Looks great too, by the way.
Yeah, so driving range, I always kind of like, if you have a driving range, I kind of like to put it in here to let people know
Yep.
there is a driving range. It's very nice to know. That I should add that to the feature request. We do have a feature request this week. I would like to know, again, I'm the one that was against the driving range, but
I
now I
know you
love
were.
it.
Yep.
I would love to see something in game that you can tell if a course has a driving range, because I would not go to the GS Pro driving range first. I would go to that driving range to warm up, you
Can
know?
I add my driving range feature request onto your feature request since
Sure,
we're talking about it right now?
absolutely.
Which is, in addition to that, when you're playing online, I want the three or four of us, whoever we're playing online, to all go to the driving range at the same time. So we can be on Discord
Shooting the
talking
shit.
and hitting balls, shooting the shit, and hitting balls at the same driving range at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
just like I do
quality
with
of
my
life
buddies. Yeah.
request. Yep.
So what I liked about this driving range is that the like duney kind of like grass area out there, it's like
Yeah.
260, 270. So if you absolutely rope one, you get to hit, like, you get a little reward that you're hitting it out into the area where the guy can't gather the balls. So this is the $2.5 million hole right here.
I,
Does
it's
it?
worth it.
Yeah. So what I really liked
It's
about
a
this
deal.
course, honestly, it's a well done course. First of all, it looks really well.
Yeah.
The grasses are really well done. However, the course itself is really cool. And like, I think there was, I think we might even posted it in the post of the week. There was someone in saying, "Oh, the courses look the same." What I really like about this course, and this is one I'm going to mark down to play in my winter golf league, is there's a huge risk reward part of this course.
On
Lots of
almost
holes.
every hole.
On almost every hole, you can get, like, you can take an aggressive line or you can kind of take the safe line. For example, hole number
Yep.
one, there's this fairway which is really going to shorten this thing up on the right, but guess what? You're right next to the water, and then your next shot, most likely, depending on the pin placement, you're going to have to carry the water as well. Fun hole, and there's a lot of them like this, so really fun.
And by the way, I'm looking at the exact same hole right now on their website. They have it as a picture for the pulpit for their signature view,
Yeah,
and it looks just like it. It looks really, really well done. Like
nice.
the you can tell from the tee box that the two landing area, the safe with the long second shot or the close in. And when we play this one in person, one of us went for the safe area up on the left, and one of us went for the middle of the fairway and left himself a short shot in. I don't know who was who, but it just
What's also interesting about this hole in particular is the fairway to the right is also down. So you're going to
yes,
carry a little farther. So it's even more enticing when you're standing there looking over there.
yeah.
You go like,
You
oh,
you can hit a good drive on that right and leave yourself a short iron in.
yeah.
But you got water in the play, and a lot of holes were like that. It was
And
like, do I?
and it's a par four. So if you stay to the left, that's a long par
Yep.
four. You're 282, and that's still going to leave you another probably 200 in. So
This was one that I found when we played this in the sim together. I found this one was, I don't want to say mentally exhausting, but mentally challenging because on most holes you had to choose, do I
think,
want to hit safe or do I want to go aggressive?
yeah, you think,
And going aggressive a bunch and rolling balls in the water is not a lot of fun.
yep. So here's another one where
Mhm.
you have this split fairway, right? So you can
Yep.
come out here. You're gonna tee shot in the regular fairway, but then you're gonna have to decide, hey, I got this fat fairway over to the right with a lot of room, or am I gonna shorten this to the left?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, so there's a lot of these, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I got ahead of my slide. So good clubhouse here,
Yep.
Joe.
Good detail.
And so first course, and guess what? He nailed the bulkhead. Really good
Yep.
looking bulkhead here. Lots of good stuff to say and praise here on the course. Um,
And by the way, this is a
yep.
V3 course.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah,
a V3
a
course.
perfect
Look at the sat
example that
shading.
you can make a V3 course look as good as a V4. It just takes a little bit more work, and he actually did it. He did a great job.
Yeah. And I think a first time designer watching your older videos, right? The V3 videos and what you can do with sat shading with a little bit of time and energy. And this course looks so good.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. So well done. One critique here is I don't know if you know how to use Veggie Mask, but you had a couple areas where you had some grasses on your cart pass. You could just lay a Veggie Mask out there. I know when you're like doing that they sometimes bleed over into certain areas. You could just use a Veggie Mask to clean that up. Not a big
Yep.
deal at the end of the day. Very minor thing, but
Yep.
in case you didn't know. And then I just
There
wanted to
you
show
go.
you,
This
like,
one.
this is awesome. So I just want to show you here. So here's all the examples of risk reward. So here again, you could go left, you could go right to the water, and keep things really tight. Here's another one where you gotta that pin is buried in there, right? So
Yeah,
you
the
have to
risk on this one is left, or do you go to the right side of the green and have yourself a long chipper
right.
putt?
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
This was the one that
Double
we talked
fairway.
about earlier with the double fairway. Um, there's a lot going on in this hole. We can stay to the right, and then you got the bunker in the middle of the fairway there, right between you and the green.
Oh,
Another
and look at
one,
this one.
yeah,
I
so
mean, this one.
you could go, and I'm not sure, is this another hole? This is,
That's another
that's
hole.
another hole,
Yeah, you're going up the right side
but
over
there's
here. That's
nothing
another
stopping
hole.
you in sim golf from going over
True.
there, but now you're hitting
Yeah,
over 2 bodies of water, right?
a long way too. But you've got a landing area on that one where you hit a draw and you could easily be in the sand or in the water.
Yeah.
And then your second shot, you got sand, 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 water. I mean, it's tough.
Yep. This one has all kinds of fairways, and look at the pin placement on this one,
Oh,
right? So you could
yeah.
totally land right here if you know the distance to this area, which looks like this is going to be like a 270 tee shot that you can land
Yep.
here, and then take
Yep.
another shot over the water and
Over
get
the
there in
water.
two.
Yep. Or you accidentally slice the ball and you're off to the right of the 234 in that fairway up there, and you're going to leave yourself a 220 plus yard shot to the
All over
on a
the
par
water.
four, all over
Yeah,
the water, all
yeah.
carry. Yeah,
And then this was just a fun hole, like over water. This is the holes
over
I like to
water.
play with the guys. So I'm putting this on the list that we're going to play over the winter. So I
Yep.
love
Great
it.
course.
Yeah,
Really,
great
really well
course.
done.
Congratulations, Hazel Rocketo. Love it.
Welcome to Blue.
Welcome to Blue. I want to see a V4, of course, from you, man. Get
I do
going.
too.
And then we go to Pac-Man. So London Golf Club Heritage. So this is a Jack Nicklaus course. Um, and this is what we like to hear. Like, forces you to consider every shot. And so
It's a good
jump.
long 7,100 to
Ooh,
67, 63. Like it's a long. We played some long courses this week.
yes.
In these, I mean, there was a 7,300 we played. And by the way, when we're playing these, believe it or not, we are not playing from our normal tees. We are playing these from the back tees. And so we played from
Mashie
was it Run
makes
Putt?
me play from the back tees.
It was Run Putt Runs course. Well, you outdrove me most of the time today, so I was off. But I was at Runs course today that was 7,300 from the back tees. I mean, it's long.
Yeah, well, that's fun when we play together. I can outdrive you,
You can.
but I normally can't hit it straight.
It's the one thing I can count on, right? And this will not last, by the way, because you continue to get lessons, you continue to get better. Is the one thing that I count on is you, which is all I have to do is hit a fairway and hit a green. And it doesn't matter. And eventually you're not gonna hit a fairway.
Yes,
And you're gonna
yes,
so I
yes.
just have to
And I think that's the only reason I was able to beat you once today is because my driver was working.
and we only played 4 holes, 5 holes out of that course.
Yes, that's true. Yes,
You
true.
know, give
That's
us
true.
18 on that course and we'll see
Very true.
who holds out. But
Very
yes,
true.
I will say you
My driver was
I
working today.
I wish I had, and I got to figure out how to do it. I wish I had your ball speed. Like you, for those that are listening or watching, Masta's ball speed today was, I think you had at least two that were over 165 on your ball speed
Yeah,
off your driver.
166, 167. Yeah.
And it was close to 300. I think one was over 300 with a little elevation on the tee.
Yeah.
So you've got really, really, really good ball speed. It's just a matter of putting the club,
Squaring up.
the swing plane and the face to be squared up.
Yep. Yep. Work in
Yep,
progress. Work in progress.
it always is.
Pac-Man,
Great course,
man,
Pac-Man.
non-designers don't know how hard it is to do autumn courses. Um, well done. He gave the dried out look for the grasses here.
Yep.
I like when he didn't he subtly mixed in some greens into these
Yep.
grasses to make them a lot more natural looking.
Yep.
So
I
beautiful.
know a lot of times we tend to critique like when it all looks like it's all the same length, right? But I will tell you, kind of looks like a buzz cut sometimes when it's all the same length. But I will tell you, in this instance, it actually worked really well. First off, it's not all the same. There is some elevation, some variation. But when we played this one, the wind, you could see the wind kind of
Yes.
flowing and rippling through the grasses, and it looked really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
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 This is a really cool hole. He had some elevation in this course. Just a really good looking hole.
Like I felt like, and I've said this, it's not my first time to say this. When courses in the sim can transport me, then I think that they're special. And like this
Yeah.
one, I felt like it was autumn. The wind was blowing. I had pants on and a quarter zip because it's cool. It's not that summer hot kind of golf that we play this right now this time of year. And I loved it. I thought it was great. It took me to a time to play, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I think this looks like every other GS Pro course out there that ever comes
It
out.
looks like every other GS Pro course is out there. They all look the
If
same.
you know, you know. Yeah.
They all, they all look the same. They're all these damn East Coast courses. They all look the same.
They all look the same. We should do some other more stuff. You should maximize your time.
Yeah, I agree. Although I will say,
Uh,
I got the
I
fact
think
that I was
we
put in the same
posted. We
sim as
have that later coming up later on, right? So
I think so. I don't
yeah,
remember all of them. We put like
yeah.
100 of them in there. So
Um, couple things here. All right. First of all, Clubhouse looks absolutely fantastic. I love the reflections in the window. The
yep,
textures are
yep,
really good. I think this is 8. I think this is 18. Um, I wanted to bring up because Pac-Man does a really good job with this technique he uses of sinking 3DG down really low and giving
in
things
the
a very
bunker.
rough looking look in a bunker like this. So it looks really good. And in the next course that we review, I want Jay Pruitt to look at this. So Jay Pruitt, if you're watching this, I want you to look at what Pac-Man did right here because we're going to talk about this a little bit later on.
Yep,
But there's just not. I mean, between the grasses up here, these patches of grasses, the club, it's fantastic. I love it.
it's well done.
Yep,
Yep,
3DG looks really good. Matches the texture in the bottom.
yep. Great job, Pac-Man, as always.
Awesome, awesome. And then we have another one by Jay Pruitt. So
How
congratulations, Jay. And remember, these are all MPAL. So
how'd
MPAL
this one get in here? Jay Pruitt doesn't deserve another MPOW. Like I don't know. This course
every
was
week.
mediocre at best.
I think Jay Pruitt gets like the most improved
I
builder.
was gonna say the same exact thing. He should get like most improved builder.
We should have end
Some
of year awards or something like that.
we should have end of year
Like
awards
rookie of
like
the
most.
year and stuff like
Yeah,
that. We'll have to think
yeah,
about some
I
of that
like
because
that.
that could be fun. We'll dress up in
Ooh,
tuxedos.
we can do like the B2B award ceremony.
Yes, like the ESPYs, but
Mm,
we'll do B2Bs.
I love it. The
The
B2Bs,
BESPYs.
the best bees.
um,
Don't
he
don't copy it too much. We might get sued.
yes, true. Damn it. Um, so True Blue Golf Club. I don't like True like this is in Myrtle Beach. And True
Yep.
Blue like makes me think that this is like a private club for police officers or something. I don't know. Uh, Probably I would say this week, as far as courses go this week, the most detailed course that was out this week, I have to say.
Yeah.
Um, so here we go. So this is hole number one. I always like to put hole number one in here. The skybox in here was really good. And we're going to talk about that again a little bit later on because it comes up in some of these other screenshots. So this is the one thing. So again, this is an MPOW. We're going to give him an MPOW. There was a ton of waste bunkers. And if you look in the mini map here, lots of waste bunkers on this course. Jay Pruitt, the way that Pac-Man does like he puts
Double E.
3DG on here and then lowers it, makes it really thick, not thick, but like wide, but keeps it really close. It gives it kind of like a pebbly look. I think that would have made these bunkers even better. And no offense, like
And
these are
they're
really
good.
good.
They're good.
Yeah, it's good.
Correct.
And I'm just saying, if you want to up your game a little bit, what he does is would I think take these next level. But again, great course, absolutely great course. Uh, and then so just another great screenshot. Like, look at all the different vegetation here. There's no way this is a biome mask in here. He planted these by
No, it's
hand.
all hand planted. Yep.
The
Yep.
fencing in here, the water looks really good. The color of the water, the trees, the skybucks, mow lines on the tee boxes, the grass sat shader on the cart path, um, the vegetation in the bunkers here. Everything looks really good. This is where I thought, you don't see this. When I went up in the air and looked down, and the reflection here is really cool,
Yeah.
right? I mean, does
Well,
that look
this
totally
is, by the
real?
way, this is one of the advantages. This is where I'm a little torn personally, because in order to put the skybox on that he used, he's not using advanced lighting.
Hmm.
But I think the trade-off is valid. I think there's some really, really good things on advanced lighting. I think it's also something that we saw it on some courses this week or over the last 2 weeks, where if you tweak with the settings too much, you can make a course look really bad. I've done it myself. You can make the course look pretty bad because of the lighting
Yeah.
from different angles. And I think you can do some really unique skyboxes without advanced lighting and get some really unique reflections out of it like this.
Yeah, I think this looked
So
really well done. And I'd be willing to bet that 85% of GS Pro users never even touch lighting. So
no,
whatever you put in there, they're going to stick with,
I
right?
think there's a percentage of them, and I don't know if Bob Chung watches the videos or not, but if he does, I'd love him to comment or in Discord. Like, he would be one that I can see. He knows how to set lighting. He's got it set a certain way. And he plays so much. I can see him going in. So I think there's a small percentage of players that may do that, but you're right. I think 85% play it as it
I,
comes up
I
on
would even
screen.
I would even say 85 to 95%.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And that's why a lot of people I think turn on a course and maybe think it looks like crap because they don't even know how to adjust lighting.
Yep.
Uh, Again, this is the same body of water. So now when it went down lower, look what it
Great
does. It
Look at
reflects,
reflections of the
yeah, it
buildings.
looks the building. So here I get the ceiling and then here I get the building. So
Yep.
cool. And then just another really good looking hole. I for some reason I'm really attracted to when there's a road and you can kind of see down way down the
See down
road.
the road with it, yeah,
I
with
don't
the
know what
trees in
that
the front.
is. It really impresses me for some reason. Um, and there's no cars going down here, but it's like an off back road. I wouldn't expect
Yep.
cars very often to come down here, so it just looked
Yep.
really good. And then the clubhouse and
I
the complex which I think was like really well done.
It was really well. Everything was great, and I think the high up screenshot. The only thing, and it's not the course. The screenshot. It looks like the water into the bunker kind of area there, but that's just
Oh,
because the angle of where the screenshot is,
I
and
think
that's
that's
also
actually the cloud
the
reflection to make it
cloud.
look
It's
kind
the
of goofy.
cloud.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the same thing as the cloud reflection.
yeah,
So don't look at that and be like, "What's going on with that bunker?" The bunker is great. That is just a reflection of the cloud on the water from the angle that the screenshot was taken.
yeah.
I think this course is good. Now I will tell you. I'll give you. I think this is the last screenshot we have in here because I was going to give
It is.
everybody an exercise. Okay, if you Jay Pruitt, here's what I'm going to beg you to do. Send screenshots of this course to whoever at True Blue owns and runs their website. Because the flyover videos, you should get Eagles and Birdies to do this for you. The flyover videos that they're using on their website are from some other horse shit sim. I
Dude,
don't know what it is. It's horrible.
yeah.
It
It,
doesn't look good. They're not even using their own flyover. So if you're gonna use sim flyover videos, like created through, use yours because yours is spectacular, and theirs looks horrible. It's oversaturated. It's great. It just looks horrible. So you should get yours to replace that whatever they're using.
yeah. I think a lot of people could do that. If you're ever wondering if a course is going to let you use their name, just say, hey, in exchange for me using the name on your
Yeah,
course, here's some flyovers for you.
yeah. Here are the flyover your 18 holes. Put them on your website.
Yep.
Their website, like I went to go look at earlier this week. I went to go look at some of them, and I was frankly shocked that a website of such a cool course would have that as their flyover videos. It's not good.
Tell you what, another one that does that, Hershey Country Club, what I'm working on. They have really bad
Really,
fly. It's horrible. It's
you
probably
should
the
go ask
same
them.
software. I'm gonna give them to them. I'll give them to them.
And I don't know that I honestly don't know what software it is, and so I'm not going to speculate and throw names out there. I just don't like the way it looks. It doesn't look anything like what Jay Pruitt has designed here.
Yeah.
All right, grab Jay
Gozzer.
Pruitt.
Gozzer.
Gozzer.
Gozzer. So Gozzer Ranch was the 13th best new course. There's statistics, lies, and statistics. What's the famous saying? Lies and damn lies and statistics, or something like that, right?
Something, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
By the
yeah.
way, Mashie, did you know who designed why they named this Gozzer? Do you know
I
who?
have an idea, but I'm gonna let you tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because the person, like the designer, was this lady right here.
It's Gozzer. Gozzer the
Gozzer the
Gozerian.
Garzarian. Yes.
This course is like evil. It is demented. It is it'll punish you. That if you're a Ghostbusters fan, the original Ghostbusters, not one of the 9,000 remakes, you'd get my comment earlier about listen. Do you smell something?
She has
Where do these stairs go?
yeah,
They go up.
she has melted marshmallow all over her body.
She does have melted marshmallow. I wonder if she ever regrets. Nah, probably not. I say regrets playing that role, but nah, it was a huge movie, so probably
Yeah,
not.
that's a lot of mousse in that hair right there. I'm
That's
gonna
a
say.
lot of
That's a lot of hair product right there. All right, let's go into Gozzer, the
Let's
Gozerian.
go to the Gozer.
So this, like, we played a few holes of this, and we felt like it was Whispering Pines meets Domaine La
Meets
Forest.
yes. We thought that exact same thing. It feels
If
like, matter of fact, I'm looking on their website and it looks a lot like it.
if
Pretty
it,
cool.
do you remember I think Conan O'Brien had a shtick on his show. If they made it, so if Domaine La Forest and
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 Whispering
Whispering
Pines
Pines made it,
got together. Yep.
the love
This is what
child
it
would be
would be
Gozer the
Gozer.
Gozerian.
It kind of matches, kind of nice. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So lots of elevation changes in here, right? And then
Yep.
just like the woody pine area, good looking water in here, this cool looking bridge in here. So yeah, just a fantastic course, really fun to play. And this
Yeah.
was a
Really
par
enjoyed
three. This is a par three. It
it.
was a really cool course. Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Really unique too. And again, I went back and looked at some. And this is what
I
some of
don't
the
know
new
if it's
format.
unique. It looks like every other course in GS
It
Pro. I'm
looks
just
like
saying.
it's every other course. It's like every other East Coast course. I mean, why would you ever put this out? The new format allows us the ability to do some different things. Like we have a little more time now to go back and look at the course on the website. And I looked at this exact hole, the par three, and it looks just like it. Like the grasses and the rocks on bordering the left and right sides
Yeah.
of the hole, and it's really well done. It was fun to play too. We had a good time playing it.
I think it's incredible what he did with the moss on that rock is really blends really well with the
Yep.
colors that he's using in the grass. It's really impressive.
Yeah, the only thing, and it could have been again, we didn't play all 18. When we can't play all 18 in a hole, we are playing 1, 9, 10, 18. So we make sure we hit the bookends.
Don't tell him what
And
we do.
okay, sorry.
No, it's fine.
And then we play 2 through 8, and then we play we play 11 through. The only thing I did notice is when we did play this, looking on the website, it looks like there's a giant lake down below. The course is kind of elevated up high, hence some of the elevation changes, and then there's a lake down below, and I didn't see it from when we did play it. But it could have been we didn't hit the holes that were next to the hole.
Yeah,
So
it's certainly
and
possible.
it could have also been out of eye shot, by the way, too. It could have
Yeah.
been beyond the 5,000-meter range too. So no knock. I just would have been cool if there was the ability to have that view in the background.
Yep. And then, so we get to one of the other triplets this week by Run Pud Run. So this
Yeah.
is the nine-hole
9
Greg
hole.
Norman design,
Correct.
which is now it's not a par three. There's a couple par fours in there.
Correct.
And we didn't put any
It's an
screenshots of
it's an
this one.
executive
Just the
course
exact
because
course.
there's no par
Yeah.
fives, and it's only 9 holes.
And we're gonna basically give Lansdowne as like a facility an MPOW. Yeah.
Yep.
Because I thought
Yep.
it was really well done. Everything in here, fun
Yep.
course of the play.
Yep.
And then there's the Norman side, right?
Yep.
So this is down towards, and this is the really long one we played, right? The
This
7300.
is we played 73 on this one. That's a long, holy cow. I'm still sore from playing that one.
Oh, I was
Or getting my
swinging
ass
hard,
beat by you on it. I'm not sure which one I'm sore by.
swinging hard, swinging hard. Man, so lots of things you have to pay attention to in this course. So this is one of those
Yes.
other ones where you mentally have to be very acute of what you're doing and make sure you're paying attention.
Yep.
This is interesting, though. I love the bridge on the right here. I would love that. Looks like a really fun course to play in person. So run down the bridge, park on the bridge, get off, and hit off an island onto a fairway. Pretty cool.
It reminds me of, I think it's hole 8, 7 or 8 at Medalist, which I started and then Run was going to pick up for me, but then he pushed it back to me and I got to see if it's still. I think it's on me to go finish. But Medalist has a tee like this where there's a long bridge, and what they did was um they basically built tee boxes. They're wooden that they just built a tee box on top. They filled it with dirt. You know what I mean? They built
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bulkhead. They filled it with dirt. They made it flat. So you stop on the cart path on the bridge, and you get out, and there's a tee, just like this one here. This one looks more like an island, but it's similar to what they do over at Medalist on one of their holes. It's pretty cool.
Yep, it's really cool. So this is 14, another good-looking hole here with Norman.
Yeah, listen, I think for me on this course, Run nailed the colors. The tree colors, the trunk colors, the grass color, everything looked, the cart path color, like it just all goes together and it blends together really well.
I have to disagree. It looks
And
like every other course on GS Pro.
it does look like every other course. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Nice job, Run. It was a
Yeah,
very, very well done. I don't know if this was a commission or a premium build or what, but I really enjoyed it.
yeah. And I feel for you for having to trace out those hazard lines on this course.
Yeah.
I don't even know where they
Yeah.
begin and end.
I'm surprised it didn't crash GS Pro.
Yes. And then he had the Lansdowne Robert Trent
Joe.
Jones course, which is
Yep.
not as long, but it's still 7,000 meters, yards, I
Three
should say. Yeah,
yards. Yeah,
yards,
yards.
yards.
Meters were you in the
Well,
UK?
well, when we work in Unity, it's all in meters, right? Until we get into
Okay, fair.
Greenkeeper.
Fair. Hey, next time we play, just keep that in mind. You're not 150 yards out, you're 150 meters.
Yes, exactly.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's probably not that much. It's still 3.5 feet, so
So same look and feel for this course.
yeah.
However, the course plays a lot differently. Okay.
Right. Right.
This is again another place where you kind of a little bit of risk reward. There's a lot of water on here. You got to pick your shots really well. This case, there's really cool shared fairways in a lot of cases where you're shooting up one fairway. And by the way, if you slice to the right, like I always do, you're going to get knocked in the head by the people coming the other direction.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then just a lot of carries over water.
A
So
lot of water.
yeah, a lot of water. Well, not as much as the other one by John Meyer this week. That has a lot of water. We're gonna
John
get to that
Meyer
in a minute.
wins the water
He
award. We'll
wins
get
the
to that
water
one in a
award this
minute.
week.
Yeah.
Uh, a lot of fun on the course though. I do like courses that make you think a little bit. This is be another one that I think you know going to put in the hopper for the guys over the winter. That's for sure.
Yep. Yep. Great course, and great triplet of courses Run. Really,
Yeah.
really well done, and I hope you had fun making them because we had fun playing them.
Yep. Thank you very much, Ron. And then Palm Beach Gardens. So this was an interesting one to play. This is like kind of course I'm going to really struggle with. And um, initially we kind of debated on whether this was going to be an MPOW or not.
Yeah, like listen, th- I'll put in like honesty hour here. Like, like Steve will cue up some honesty music. I don't know, some like tickling, like I don't know, some kind of honesty, like keyboard playing in the background softly music. When you load up a course from the architect, you get a little nervous. Like, do I really, really want to go through and have this review of the architect's course? Because I have a level of where I expect it to be, and I was afraid if it didn't live up to that level, then do we revoke his title? Is he no longer the No, 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 of course not, of course not. But it's John, like it's John Meyer, so he's like a legend, and so you get a little bit nervous about. But we did it, and I will tell you, my initial view was I was like, wow, I didn't love the course. You know that we talked about this in the very beginning. I didn't love the look, I shouldn't say, of the course at the beginning. And this reminds me of a Tech Bud course from a couple weeks ago where I didn't love one of his courses at the beginning. And as we played through it, and
Yeah,
the more I played it, the more I fell in love with the course. And by the
yeah.
time we were done playing it, I was like, holy shit, that was a great course, a great design. It looked great, it played great. It's an MPOW. So,
Yeah.
honesty hour over,
It
that's
grew on
where I
us.
was.
It grew on
It
us.
grew on us very quickly, too. So, really, really well done, John. It's a great course. I don't envy all the splaining you did on the water hazard, on the water on this course and the hazard. So, um,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, right?
plays long too. I mean, we played from the blocks, and if I remember, I know, it's almost 7,200. That's a long
Yeah.
course back there. So, it's cool.
So what was interesting is there was an MPAL by TechBud, which was Palm Beach Country Club.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Which with this kind of had that same ambiance, and that's why I said this is almost an homage to like TechBud when he did on
Yep.
that course.
And
Same
I
kind of like how it plays though, which is just a ton of water. Wow.
and I go back to, was I transported? And I was. I felt like I was in Florida playing this course,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
really, really great job. We'll go into some of the screenshots and stuff too, the stuff we liked
I
about
wonder
it.
what the over under on how many alligators there are on this course. Let's see here.
Oh, you know what? I was looking for them as we were playing. I didn't see any. I would have loved to have seen a couple Easter eggs, like alligators hidden in the corner. Maybe they're there. I just didn't see them.
Yeah.
But we're looking for them.
So
Great driving range.
yeah, great driving range. Love the touch of the GS Pro OPCD
Yep.
golf bag
Yep.
there, and the fact that you can go out there and try to shoot between the palm trees. Love it.
I was looking for the beer glass or the bourbon glass with the Biomes logo on the ground next to the flag, but it wasn't there. I keep looking.
Oh,
I just don't see it.
oh, yeah, missed opportunity. So hole number one. So I just wanted to like everyone to soak this one in. He had the OPCD T markers here, right?
Yep. Yep.
Um, Now, you guys know me. What don't I like here, Mashie? What don't I like?
Bright cart paths. You don't
Yes,
like light colored
I
cart
don't
paths.
like, and they're like really wide in this case. Maybe John's teasing me here. Just I'm gonna make these light and really wide for Masta, so it drives him nuts.
But that's how they are in most of the world, by
Yeah.
the way.
So
Yeah.
here's all the water.
Holy
This is
cow. I mean, we
insane,
played this
right?
one, and it was every shot there was water in the
So
way.
these are all the mini maps from not all the holes, but the ones to me that were, I don't want to say the worst holes, but like the ones that are like just like wow. Like you have to, not only that, but then you have OBs on certain sides. You've got,
Yep.
I think there were a couple times when I was hitting the cart path and it's bouncing into the water.
Yep.
But again, just I feel like this week there were just a lot of courses that I had to think, just get up there. I couldn't
Yep.
swing away. It just, had to like,
There were not very many wide open swing away courses this week. Most of them had to think about your shot placement, and a lot of them were actually carry off the tee too. It was like, hey, if
yeah,
I hit this left off the tee, I'm in trouble.
yes,
The other thing too that I found interesting, which I loved what he did, when he splined these hazards, he splined them far enough out because outside of the hazard was all this tall grass you'll see in screenshots, and he splined it so if the ball goes in there, it's in the hazard, which is what it should be. You shouldn't be, sometimes, and I'm guilty of it too. I spline too close to the water,
yeah.
and then the ball is sitting in a spot that wouldn't more than likely come to rest anyway. It would have gone in the water.
Yeah.
And so I
Now,
like the way he splined all that.
do you remember this one that I'm circling right here?
I do remember that. Is that the 260-yard par three?
Yes, that we both hit in the water.
260-yard par three.
I think the
Yes.
carry was like what, 230, I think.
230, 240 to
Yes.
carry. Yes. It
Yeah.
was a long carry from the blacks.
Yes. Yeah, we both ended up in the drink on that one.
Yes, we did.
And then I'm trying to think. There was another one that we played. I thought when I loaded
Oh
these
well,
up.
one of them was there was a 675-yard par five,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was
That was hard.
yes. Fun course.
Yeah.
Fun course.
Yeah, fun course, great. Oh, I thought we had a screenshot of the course. The other thing I want to call out, John, great job on the buildings. The buildings felt like I was in Florida with the orange roofs and everything on them, and the overall, like, I love the palm trees. Again, it transported me back. So, don't take my initial comments as negative. It was just my first impression was like, oh, but then as I went through and played it, it's a spectacular course, and congrats on the MPOW.
Congrats. That's his first one.
It is
Can
his
you
first
believe it?
one.
Right?
He's so busy. Maybe I don't know
Yeah.
if he has time to watch this or not. So
Yeah.
I hope he does.
Yeah. And then we get to the another triplet, right? The Lyman Orchard triplet by the great Bangini.
The great Bangini.
So this is in Connecticut. So I was surprised that these courses have a little bit of elevation to them, make it a little
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So the first one is Lyman Orchard Player.
Right.
So not incredibly long. This one's down to 6,500. And I think what was this? The one no, this is the
No,
one.
we did not play this one. We played together. We didn't play this one. We played the other. We'll say the name of it in a second.
Yeah. So again, good looking course. What I was really interesting here, his mini map to me looks so much different than other mini maps I've seen. Just the way the textures are on it, and I'm not sure what he did differently. But it looks really good. So this is Lyman Orchard Player, hole number 1. So another example of a huge drop at 234, but down 21, so you can get your ego stroke on here.
Yep.
And just another good looking hole with the cart path, nice flat cart pass, bridge on the left, good looking hole.
Yep.
Then you had the Apple 9.
The 9 hole.
Yes. So the 9 hole, which it's not a par 3, it is a 9 hole, and another good looking hole here. And then Jones, which is the one that we played.
Jones was the one we played. We played Jones. We played from the yellow at 6,800.
Yes.
Yep.
So this is the one where the front 9 is a little bit different than the back 9. And we did like this. We had a fun time, but we did find a problem.
Yeah, we did.
Now we still get, again, this is an MPOW. We're going to give Lyman Orchards an MPOW. The problem we found, though, is very easily correctable. But let's first start with hole number 1. Yeah, first tee shot, a little bit of a dog leg right. For the most part, though, the first 9 holes are pretty straight. It's when you get to the back 9, the back 9, things get mixed up a little bit.
But you can see the look and feel of all of the 3 courses is very similar and very high quality, very good, very clean. Hence why we can't pick one. We're just going to pick all 3. Same thing with runs. They look great, they play great, and they all deserve it.
Yep. And then here's another. I think this was a pretty big drop down there. So you hit a nice 268 out. So now designers. And other people that play GS Pro, can you spot the flaw here?
Mr. Kata, I know, Mr. Kata.
Can you spot the flaw? Come on, guys. I'm gonna give you another 10 seconds to look what the big issue here is.
Ooh, we need like some Jeopardy type music.
Yes. Steve, where's the Jeopardy music, right?
Jeopardy music, Steve. That's copyrighted, so we need something like it, but not Jeopardy music.
Some type of quiz music, right?
Quiz music, correct.
All right, Mashie, what is it?
There's no hazard around the water.
Yes.
How do we know this? How do we know this? No, let's go into this. How do we know this?
Because I hit the water
and
a couple times, and it crashed GS Pro.
Exactly. It's the weirdest thing. Like, first off, he hit it in the water. First, this is the golf story. Here we go.
Yes.
Golf story.
Yeah.
He hit it in the water, and it actually wasn't on this hole. It was a different hole,
It
but he
was
hit it in the
18, I
water.
think, wasn't it?
It was 18.
Yeah.
It was 18. And so Bangini, you're missing your hazards on all the water on the back nine. I don't think any of the water on this course has a.
None of the water on this course.
None of the water on this course
I
have
cycle
hazards.
through. As a matter of fact, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves because there it is.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, there it is. Okay, great. So none of your water on this course have hazards. So
There's the
get
one we
those
just
down.
showed. Then there's a stream here that doesn't have it marked out, and I
That's the one
think this is the one that I was hitting it in.
Yeah. So the first shot, Masta pulls it left into the drink. Okay. And he's like, I'm still able to hit.
I'm hitting out of the water. It says
Hitting out of the water.
my lie is water.
And I was like, well, this is weird because there was a splash. So there's got to be a collider on it because there was the splash. It turns out there's no hazard. So then what we learned is it hung GS Pro. I guess GS Pro didn't know how to hit out of the water, is my guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So your whole GS Pro froze. You couldn't really do anything. The only thing you could do, I think you force closed it to restart GS Pro.
Yes.
And I kept the game open waiting for you. It was 18. I kept the game open waiting for you. And you got back into the game and it reset you back to the tee. Perfect. Because I think you took a mulligan or whatever.
Yeah.
And you hit a second shot, and this time you hit the cart path and it bounced back into the water and it locked up again.
That time it like just the screen just went blank and I couldn't do anything. Yeah. It was
So I don't know if that was I don't know if GS Pro was an issue with hitting out of water. All I know is Bangini, you want to get those on there pretty quick because if folks are going to have issues, if they hit them in the water and it locks up their GS Pro and they're using it in a tournament, you're going to have some problems.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what the behavior would be in a tournament. Maybe it's just because we were doing an online play. Who knows?
I don't know, but I would assume, I don't know. It was just an issue that it hard locked GS Pro.
Easy fix.
Yep. Great courses. Great courses, everybody. Really, really well done.
So the feature request of the week kind of relates to that, which is, hey, if you hit in a hazard and then you go to drop, you can drop, on the line that you went out on. And this is kind of the screen you get, but you have no idea like what your lie is. I would love to when you hit the move back button here for another little screen to be down here and saying, hey, if you drop here, you're going to be on a 5 degree, left to right and a 1 degree or 6 degree forward. Because one of the times I hit in the water with you, I ended up dropping and then I was on a down slope. And I was like, I never would have dropped there if I'd known.
Yeah, and I think, listen, and that was on that 260-yard par 3. We both went back.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That was the one. Yep.
And you can go back on the line as far as you want. And had we known that it was going to be a 6 degree or 7 degree down angle, we probably would have gone back even further to drop on a flat line. So that would have been. I had the same issue too. So I think it's a great feature request. By the way, that's not just quality of life. That's a game improvement to know the lie when you drop it.
Yep. So if that would be possible, that'd be cool. It's probably on the long list that they're working on.
I know they're busy. They got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And boy,
oh no,
here we go.
There we go.
It was we should say GS Pro post of the weeks because it's been 2 weeks, and boy, was it a long 2 weeks apparently for lots of Facebook and I don't know if we got any out of Discord this couple weeks, but
Facebook was there's something in the water.
You know what I think it is? I think as GS Pro gets more and more popular, you just get the people who don't understand the community, the history of GS Pro and how this stuff all works together. So
yeah, I agree, but at the same time, I try not to pull the hey, I'm not very computer savvy. Can someone give me some recommendations on a projector or those? Those things. So the ones that we're pulling are a little bit more out there than that. So let's start. We have a bunch tonight, guys. Okay. We've got a couple of weeks worth that we've been saving up.
Yep, so here's number 1, which is this top contributor on Facebook. Top contributor on Facebook. Why the heck are there 3 different GS Pro groups? What's the hell the difference between them? You supposed to post certain stuff in each one? The fuck? How does this person become a top contributor? Come on.
And
that just shows you how messed up Facebook is. Just Facebook.
Each one has a description on what it is. Like, I mean, some are very clear. Like the buy-sell trade is the buy-sell trade. Like, it's not even trade. It's buy-sell.
Well, I think he's talking about there's GS Pro Simulator, there's GS Pro users, and people just have to understand if you're a top contributor, you should understand that anybody can make a freaking Facebook group, right?
Yep. I want to reply with like, "You mad, bro? Like, come on, what the hell? Like, what? Really? Is that what you're upset about?"
Yeah. I would agree. It'd be nice to have one, but you just like if you're a top contributor, you should understand how Facebook works. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
All right. Okay.
I agree.
Now the next one, it's one of those things. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Which is 14-year-old nephew. Watch the tutorials. He's getting some help. There he is. So you guys,
I love the kid. I really want him to keep going.
I think he's done though. I haven't seen anything from him.
I haven't seen anything from him in a while.
So I'm not sure what happened there, but if you're not familiar with it, this young kid his uncle was trying to get him to build courses because the kid is really computer savvy, and the kid just came into Discord and just would not take advice or guidance from anybody, was just doing his complete own thing, not watching any of the tutorials, asking questions that were very clearly outlined in the documentation. Well, I shouldn't say the videos.
I think Pac-Man took him under his wing, and Pac-Man's kind of got him. They're
Pac-Man, I think, finally said, "I'm done."
Is he out? I'm out. I'm done.
I actually, when I pulled this, I looked at this kid's last post, and his last post was tagging Pac-Man, who didn't respond.
Pac-Man's like the most patient guy in the world.
He is.
Too.
And he eventually just said, "Dude, I can't help you anymore. You're stop asking. You need."
I punted on that one early. I was like, "I'm sorry. I got to go to work. I blame work for everything. I got to go to work. Can't reply. Sorry."
Yeah. So, you guys are familiar with this one. So.
Oh yeah.
And then there's some more here, which is this guy. I think this one might.
That's a spam.
No, I think it was a mistake because he posted up there and then it got pulled. I really think that this guy I think it was an honest mistake. He posted in the wrong group.
Oh, okay. I wonder what the comments were on that one.
It didn't last. I'm just happy I grabbed the screenshot because it was, just like, oh, the GS Pro users is now for hire page,
Well, I think it's hiring course designers, full or part-time, customer service, data entry, no experience needed.
Well, when I saw this hiring, I thought it might be like someone at the front desk of a golf simulator, maybe, something related to golf simulators. Nope, it's just customer service, data entry, for, bonuses.
Sign me up. That is exactly what I want to do for, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't know what maybe it is a scam, but I don't know what the scam is. Maybe, I don't know.
He didn't ask for your credit card number, did he?
No, Social Security. It was Social Security number. That's all good, right?
But don't worry, we have more.
Oh,
we're not done.
Oh, we're not done.
No.
There's more.
I'm not sure you've seen all of these yet.
I did see this one. Yes, I did see this
one. I couldn't.
At least he knows it's a long shot, though. All right, he's got this. Did you see?
But of all things to want to trade a massage chair.
I don't know.
I'm laughing as hard as I was when I first read this. Like, I sure. Do you want my mother-in-law while you're at it?
What's great is like you need to be local. So not only is it a long shot that someone trades, but you have to be in Northern Ohio. I mean, to good least, I'm sure this guy is probably like, look, there's no way this is possible. It's a long shot, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway.
The comments were great. People were
I tell you what,
dude.
I did look. It's a nice chair.
But he came back in the comments and posted a link to the Amazon link to the chair, and it is a $7,000 chair.
It's a nice chair. Not sure if
And
I
it's
want a
heavy as hell.
used massage chair, but you know.
I want to mix them together, and I want to play GS Pro in my sim from the lounge massage chair. So this one,
golf clubs in each hand, like polo.
that's a new feature request. I just want to sit there in a massage chair and swing like this and play GS Pro. This one was good.
That was a good one. I'm glad you captured that one because I would. Oh, that's good.
There's more. I'm done. This is an official letter that this guy wrote to Skytrack about how Skytrack and GS Pro don't work. He wrote an official letter. There's no native integration between the two. It's a third-party connector, and he wrote this thing and said, like, and if you read through all of this, it's like, I pay, my money is blah 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 blah. Like, oh my God, he's like, I goes on and on and on with this, like, direct to Skytrack. I mean, if I'm Skytrack, I'm like, dude,
go away.
Like, so this one, not as good as the chair, but I thought it was pretty funny.
This looks official to me.
I love these posts where people like write to the company with these like
I am doing good for the community.
Correct.
I'm going to show them.
I'm the voice of all GS Pro Skytrack users. By the way, most of the comments were like, yeah, mine's working great, dude. Don't know what you're talking about. Maybe the problem is a you problem, not a them problem.
Yeah.
Oy.
I didn't see this one. Oh, it's
I'm underwhelmed.
All right.
I'm underwhelmed. This is in Bushnell. I'm underwhelmed. Graphics are mediocre. Hate it. I'm going back to FX Play.
All right.
I was like, okay, see you. Most of the comments are like, bye. see ya. Okay.
Can't win them all.
If you're literally taking time to post in a Facebook group that you're leaving, what do you expect the people to say except see ya?
Yeah, we should post something like, hey, I just installed this. It doesn't look great. What am I doing wrong? Right.
I also like the fact he's like, I'll admit, I haven't really used it much. Like, I probably loaded it up on like light mode for the first time. I haven't used it much. I haven't really played with it at all. I haven't experienced it all. But I'm out of here. I'm going back to FX Play.
It's probably running on this computer from 2010.
Probably. Yeah. See you later. These guys are crazy.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not crashing.
And the last one that I grabbed, I think this is the last one that I grabbed. I'm going to ask you. I think OptiShot needs a new marketing person. Because who the hell is going to have a screen that's about 3 foot by 3 foot?
Geez, I didn't notice that. Oh my God. I mean, I guess you're not going to hit any wedges. That's for sure, right?
I don't even know what to say. Like, who's going to look at that and be like, oh, yeah, I'm comfortable swinging my driver into that.
There's no indoor swing syndrome happening here.
And you get to revolutionize the way you practice and play. Yeah, by retaping the holes in all the wall you put in. Like OptiShot. Dude, guys, at least hire someone who plays sim golf to be our marketing person to actually put a sim in there. Now, I know someone watching this is going to be like, hey, I've got that one. It's much bigger. It's just the way they took the camera. Okay, I don't care. It's what's on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was funny. I thought it's a screen for my son. My son would be the only one that could hit into that screen because he can't hit the ball more than 3 feet off the ground.
And if he did miss it, it's not going to put a hole in the wall.
No, it goes about 6 miles an hour. It's like a bowling ball. It takes 10 minutes to get down to the pins, and then it bounces off the pins. All right, that's the last one I have.
And I think that is at the end of the show as far as our content goes. So we made it.
We made it.
We're all caught up now. We're all caught up.
Congrats to everybody in your MPOW. Congrats for those that went blue with your first courses. Very, very nice job. Hope you guys were okay with us taking a week hiatus, but we are back. And I guess that's it. We'll see you next week.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in, and hit that subscribe and like button. All right.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
See you, everybody.
Have
Bye.
a good one. See ya. Bye.